What it do? It's the two, Master Chief Wezzy and my boy Gus.
What it do, what it does, what it doesn't. Ladies and gentlemen,
Woo!
welcome to another special Scary Hours episode. And this is a super special episode because it's almost like another high school reunion.
Yeah.
We spoke about our high school reunion a couple of episodes back, but we're back with another one, and we told you guys we'd have more. And we're here with the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend. I don't even know which name to use, your actual name or your...
We can start with the actual name and then we will go into the street name. We can start with the actual name.
We're here with Harry Vlachos, ladies and gentlemen.
How's it going?
Netflix, Apple TV, BBC, you name it, he's been there. Under the name Bwana Jimmy.
Yeah, the one and only. Bwana himself.
The one and only, man. Thank you for coming through.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I feel like this has been long overdue, but also I think it's perfect timing at the same time, with a lot of things that have been happening in your lives and our lives as well, which we're obviously going to get into. Yeah, you have a lot to talk about on this episode. I hope you're ready for it, But to be honest, I think the best way to start this episode is really just taking it back to high school days, because that's kind of
10 years ago, 11 years ago.
Yeah, even more actually.
And that was the graduation.
Right? But yeah, we obviously met at AIS. We're in the same grade, a lot of the same classes. How was high school for you? Because we spoke about it from our reunion point of view.
Yeah,
it would be good at least to hear from someone else that also been in the same school.
I liked high school. I enjoyed it. Yeah, and I think doing IB definitely sets you up in life.
Yeah.
Understand pressure and understand workload and everything. I went off to uni and I think I could kind of handle the assignments that give you and everything like that. And I had a great time at AIS. A lot of people like you said in your previous video said that they had mixed emotions about it, but I loved AIS.
Yeah. It was a good time. Even just getting to school and seeing your friends once again, it was you're always excited for that moment. Even though you're waking up mad early for it.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
At least me personally.
And also, you had your schedule. You knew the boys you were hanging out with. You knew what you were doing.
Yeah,
it's close knit. And then you went off and life threw everything at you. And it was really different after high school.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, once you lose that sort of order, it becomes crazy.
Especially because of the routine. Again, you know what I mean? You're seeing the same people you were there a lot longer. When did you actually get to AIS?
I was born and bred with that school. I went there from preschool up until graduation. Actually.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, yeah, so you've seen it.
I was there when secondary school wasn't even built yet. I think I was maybe the second or third year who actually attended secondary school.
Wow, okay.
So by the time it was built, I could follow through with the school.
You were just following behind it. Whatever was going on, you're
it's build faster.
It's otherwise I have to go somewhere else.
I need a science lab now.
Yeah.
Actually, just to ask this question, what would have been assuming there wasn't a secondary school at the time, where would you have gone as
what do you think?
And where do you think you would have ended up?
I asked my parents this. I said, why'd you pick AIS? And they said it was the closest school to home.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
Because I lived 2 minutes down the road.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I have no idea. Maybe I think Licks was doing IB then,
they were, huh?
If it's not Licks, maybe ISO.
I think ISO. Yeah. I mean, Baobab would be too far.
Yeah, I thought about Baobab, but I was that's a distance.
Definitely not boarding school vibes, Musigili. No.
We have a boy day here amongst us.
Yeah. Left you guys to go to Chengelo.
But yeah, I feel like that was a lifetime ago, and now we're all
exactly
working adults, trying to make money.
Real. Do you feel like since that time, you sort of done when you went off to uni? Where did you go by the way?
I went to Australia. I went to Perth for 3-4 years. Studied media and communications.
Okay,
nice.
So in that specialized film. Yeah.
Okay. Is that something you've always wanted to do? Have you always been passionate about film, media in particular? Or you sort of figured it out later?
I don't know. When I finished high school, all my friends knew what they were doing. You know?
Yeah. It felt
to be honest, it felt like I was about to say, it felt like everyone. I felt like I was you knew what you wanted to do.
Farming, business school, accountancy, and I was like,
oh no,
I don't know what I want to do, man.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed art at the time, and I enjoyed filming, and then I also grew up in the bush with wildlife.
Yeah.
So I was like, look, let me get out of Zambia, spread my wings, learn some things. I decided not to do business because you either know how to do business or you don't. You don't need to go study it unless you're going into some sort of like financial aspect of business. So I just went and studied some arts. And then came back to Zambia. Yeah.
Okay, I see. So once you finished your course there, it was like straight back, or did you spend some time there doing something?
I spent like maybe like 6-7 months sort of just enjoying life. But then like I realized, the first world's not for me. I realized,
there's too much going on there.
Africa's home, man. It's in the heart. Like I know how to live in this country, and like Australia, there was so many rules, so many regulations. And also, I didn't want to go into filming commercials or filming movies in that sense. So
I'm sure once you get into that loop, you're stuck in it.
Yeah. And I loved Australia, but also, I was ready to leave.
I hear you.
Yeah.
So like this is Harry, ladies and gentlemen. I don't even know what to call you at this
Bwana Jimmy is good.
Okay, no. Okay, I mean the name is Bwana Jimmy, and you've built Bwana Jimmy Productions. But like, what would you say Bwana Jimmy does? Where does the name come from?
Yeah.
Like, how did you get back to Zambia, like you said. How do you decide, okay, I've learned all this media knowledge. I know how to shoot and film things now.
No,
actually, the start of my business was crazy. So I always wanted to film wildlife. And like the goal was to work with David Attenborough. Like that was goal number one.
That's a good goal. That's a high goal.
That's a good goal.
And that's a great one.
That's a really
so
good goal.
I get back to Zambia. I open Bwana Jimmy. I'll get to the name in a second. So I open up Bwana Jimmy, and I buy an Inspire 2, which is this big cinema grade drone. It cost me a fortune. But I was the only one in country to have it.
Oh wow!
And so I start reaching out to. There's these guys called film fixers who are like. They basically do the logistics of film.
Oh, yeah, we heard about this.
Yeah,
I've heard about them.
So when crews come in, they do accommodation, permits, all that stuff. So a film fixer contacted me and she said, "Hey, do you want to do a film for Netflix?" I had just got the drone, maybe like a week.
What year is this?
This is 2019.
Okay.
Yeah.
So pre-pandemic.
I was like, yeah, I want to do Netflix. Yeah.
Who says no?
Yeah, right. And she said it's called Holiday in the Wild. It's with Rob Lowe and Kirsten. I forget her last name, but she did Sex in the City.
Oh, dope.
So I was like, all right, yeah, dope. So I was part of the B unit. We filmed some like opening shots of Lusaka.
Yeah.
And like I spilled blood trying to get this one shot of a car entering Ridgeway by Intercon.
Yeah.
And, because it was such a government control area, I really had to sweat to get it. And they didn't even use the shot.
That's insane.
The whole movie was shot in South Africa, and only my one shot of the Lusaka establishing shot was Lusaka. The rest was all.
It was awesome.
Well, there was a few scenes of like the elephant orphanage that was shot here, but otherwise most of it was South Africa. And what I found crazy was there was a New York scene there, and it was cheaper to set up a New York scene in Cape Town, snow, taxis, buildings, yellow cabs,
to actually shoot there,
than to actually go to New York and film.
That's insane.
So,
wow.
so if you ever check out Holiday in the Wild, the New York scene
is in Cape Town.
Is in Cape Town.
That's crazy. But a lot of that does actually happen, though.
Yeah.
A lot of scenes you think are where they portray it to be actually shot.
Like and then she's talking
Manhattan.
that she's in Zambia and she's got these like Drakensberg mountains behind her and everything like that. But
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, so I did that film, got Netflix on the CV.
Right? First thing.
I was like, first job.
Netflix.
What happened? Second job? BBC called me. They say, hey, do you want to do a David Attenborough?
Wait, but how did they call you though? Like they just called you without you reaching out whatsoever?
Yeah, well, again, film fixers and these guys, through the film fixers, they were like, "Oh, here's a drone guy. He's done work for Netflix."
And remember, he's got the only that kind of.
And I was sort of like, it's me or nothing. But anyway, they called me up and they say, "Oh, how much experience do you have on the job?" And I was like, plenty.
You have to tell them.
How many hours? I said,
I know what I'm
plenty.
Anyway, we get to Liwa National Park, which is like Western Province. And this drone is maybe I've now had it 2-3 weeks. It's set to run in like 35-degree weather, maybe 38. And it's Liwa in October, and so boiling. It's 40, 45. And this thing is just there beeping at me, going beep, beep, beep.
And this is the first time you've ever experienced it beeping?
Yeah. Okay. And then I got the whole production crew behind me, like, what's wrong? I don't know. You tell me, man.
And this is the guy with hella experience.
Yeah. So it was like baptism by fire, like learn on on
the spot.
Fake it till you make it.
Really? Jeez, so there's no chat GPT to ask what is going on with my drone.
So I ended up having to, all it needed was an update, and I was like, technology these days just needed an update.
That's hilarious.
And again, it was just too hot, so I cooled it down and then like updated it. Then we didn't have Starlink, so it was like bush Wi-Fi. So, and then I had the crew, paying lots of money to be there, and here I was, I think I was 20 at that point or something like that. Smiling. But got onto David Attenborough as a second job, and then
what was the film called?
It was called Dynasties. It's called Dynasties Season 2. And there's like 5 episodes, and 2 of them were shot in Zambia. One is a hyena episode.
Yeah, I know.
And then the other is a cheetah episode. Yeah. So I mostly did the hyena stuff. And then, since I had Netflix and BBC on the card, everything there sort of just, skyrocketed. And then now that you're in BBC's book, anytime they're like, oh, Zambia, we'll go here.
Yeah.
We'll use him. So that's sort of the origin of Bwana Jimmy. And then, COVID happened, and through COVID, a lot of networks really wanted to show people wildlife because they were like, "Oh, everyone's stuck indoors."
Yeah.
So that really boomed.
I feel like that's when I
interact with.
I feel like that's when I saw more of your stuff actually. The pandemic. I actually thought when you started Bwana Jimmy, it was just photography.
Yeah, well, initially, my very first name was Bwana Jimmy Photography.
Yeah.
And then I changed it to Bwana Jimmy Productions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then the name Bwana Jimmy has a few different meanings, but Bwana obviously means boss.
Boss, yeah.
And then Jimmy is the name of my grandfather, so on both sides, actually.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
What a coincidence.
So I named it after that, and they sort of like inspired me to sort of get into photography and videography and stuff like that. So sort of named it after them, and it has a bit more of a flow, Bwana Jimmy, than Bwana Harry.
Yeah.
And also my dad is called Harry, so a lot of people were like, "Oh, you've gone from transport to photography."
Like, when did that happen?
Yeah, so it's just a sort of separation from the old man and me,
Yeah, that's true. So, how many times have you worked with BBC or
quite a few times now? We did BBC Dynasties. We did BBC Great Rivers, which is another cool one. We followed the Zambezi from source to sea.
Nice.
So we followed it from like Mwinilunga, Northwestern, all the way through. Like, I didn't do the Angola section, but then we rejoined them in Liwa and then followed them down. We went to...
Sounds like crazy logistics.
Yeah, man. We went to Victoria Falls.
Yeah.
And I thought I had a cool job. So each year, twice a year, by rapid number 11, a perfect inland wave forms.
Yeah.
And it's this like inland wave that you can surf on. And like, I thought I had a cool job. They flew out a professional surfer who surfs for a living.
That's insane.
So he came out and we would hike down Rapid 10.
Yeah.
We'd do Rapid 10 in the morning. And then this was the morning shift.
Yeah.
You walk down, do a few rapids, film at Rapid number 11, and then take the boats, go Rapid at 12, 13, 14, and then hike out.
That's crazy.
And we did that for like
and that's just the
days.
Morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was wild. Yeah, that was wild. So I did that one. And then actually the most recent one I did was BBC Kingdoms, where we spent 5 years in South Luangwa filming, what was it? Lions, cheetah, lions, leopard, wild dog, and one other predator. But that was really cool. That kind of showed me like how intense wildlife filming is, because like we were there for 5 years to film 5 1-hour episodes.
That's insane.
So it's basically like we were there for like over 1,400 days.
Jeez.
In the field. And like, in the film.
And some days are good, some are bad.
Yeah, man. I spend maybe 90% of the time staring at a sleeping lion.
Wow.
And in this documentary, the lion's doing pop, pop, pop.
Yeah, and that's how the documentaries look. And you just think that's all that
happens.
happens.
Shot at the same time, like, oh, perfect catch. Let's go.
That's a normal day. You go out and you're done. I mean, it did Zambia really well. Like a lot of the camps got full because everybody now wants to come and see wildlife and everything like that. But there's like a, beauty side to it. There's like, it's not all beauty, like you're sitting in October heat waiting for like lions to do something, or
and the temperatures are like that, like 38 degrees.
Like right as soon as something's meant to happen, then the lighting goes to shit, and then you're like, oh, damn,
can't do anything now.
Yeah.
That's insane.
But actually, another project I did, which was really cool, is it's called Prehistoric Planets. It's on Apple TV, and it was my first ever CGI film.
Nice.
Oh wow!
So it was about dinosaurs, and so it's based in prehistoric Madagascar.
Okay.
And I was like, why are you not filming in Madagascar?
Yeah.
And they said, oh no, those baobab trees weren't around
at the
during
time.
that time. And he's like, oh, our viewers will not agree with that. I said, who's watching a show?
and says, looking at the baobab, like,
you're seeing a dinosaur. You said, oh no, but that baobab.
It wasn't there at the time.
That's ridiculous.
But yeah, anyway, so they came through, and the way you film CGI is really cool.
Yeah.
So they brought out these like props, these like dinosaur, like this dinosaur head, this dinosaur tail, and so you set up your shot, and then I was the head of the dinosaur. So I was doing drone as well, but when I wasn't doing drone, I was the dinosaur. I was dinosaur number one.
Yeah.
and so like I was moving the head like the dinosaur would, and then somebody was moving the tail.
Like as it's walking.
Yeah, as it's walking. Yeah. So you get like a reference shot, and then you film it again without the dinosaur in it.
Yeah.
And then the CGI team use your reference shot and the blank
empty
one.
Space,
to do it, and then they bring out all these other like light meters and crazy, man. There was a team of like 15 people. Like we were lucky if we did like 3-4 shots a day.
Wow,
because it just takes so much setup.
That's insane. Yeah, and where was this one done?
This was in Lower Zambezi, and it's a really cool scene actually. So it's I don't know what kind of the dinosaur is, but it's this like predator dinosaur attacking these almost like big hedgehogs, I want to say.
I think I know the ones you're talking about.
And so they're like going to these burrows, and this one's like chasing it and everything like that. So yeah, I got to be a dinosaur for a day.
That's fun.
Exactly. And then how long does it actually take to do something like this?
Now you've shot, you've recorded. Like when does it come out, for example?
Yeah, a really long time. Like you almost like
forget about it.
Like we finished BBC Kingdoms end of 2023, and then 2024 they spent in the edit.
Yeah,
and then it came out obviously last year December-ish. So by the time it comes out, you've almost kind of forgotten about it. You're like, oh damn.
That post-production must be
it must be crazy. Yeah,
must be a lot.
And with the Prehistoric Planets one, I actually got to like fangirl a little bit. So like in the film world, there's a really famous director. I don't know if you've ever seen that David Attenborough scene where there's all those snakes chasing that gecko, chasing that lizard.
Very famous scene.
Yeah. So I met the guy who filmed that.
That's insane.
And so I was like, bro, I'm your fan.
I understand why you're fan. Yeah, that makes sense.
Everybody else would be like,
crazy.
Yeah, those shots are
man, they spent like that was like a 30-second thing. They spent like 3 weeks filming that, and then they put it together and it looks seamless,
That's so crazy.
But so that was wild. Yeah.
And that's the thing I always find fascinating about like film is how you can make it seem like it was all shot almost like seamlessly throughout. Like that's such a skill to do because people forget that it could have taken a year to film, maybe more and stuff like that. But
or
when
the
you
lions
watch
aren't hungry, they've just eaten. There's no hand for a while.
No one is moving anywhere, but like you found the perfect way to sort of like storyboard and storytell this whole thing.
Probably why it takes so long as well. Anyways, to be fair.
Yeah, and that's why credit lists are so long because there's
so many
little people
involved,
who get involved and get things done and stuff. Yeah.
How did that feel the first time you watched the credits?
Oh man,
and your name was Harry Vlachos.
What felt better was when old David Attenborough started speaking over my footage, and
that's a better one.
And look, that was the first film, and obviously I was a bit scarred with baptism by fire. I was like, okay, that could have gone differently.
Yeah.
But the most recent one, BBC Kingdoms, there's a 1 hour behind the scenes episode.
Yeah.
And there's me in it driving a car, and old David is like, oh, here we have the film crew doing this. So I was like, David.
How you in that? Yeah. It's not just a shot of you working, but you're in it. And he's narrating over it.
Yeah. So that was epic. Yeah. So yeah, hopefully we get some more crews in. We're a lot cheaper than Tanzania and Botswana.
Mm-hmm.
And also
I can
Tanzania
imagine.
and Botswana is so overdone. Everyone's seen the Serengeti
Or the
Okavango or something. So this is something new.
I was actually going to ask about that. Is it that there are less restrictions in Zambia, permits wise and things of that nature as well? Is it less difficult than other countries to shoot in?
Yeah. I mean,
because there's so much. I find out almost on a monthly basis now.
Something new.
When you were recommending, so I spoke to him last week or the other week, I can't remember, about sort of places to visit, and he sent a whole list. Some of those places I never knew even existed. You know what I'm saying? So is it that it's less restrictive, less regulated?
It's
in a good way though.
There's also in Tanzania there might be 10 or 12 film crews who want to go to this one location.
Okay.
And here
and
there's
you don't
only
want your
a
film
few.
to look the same.
Yeah. And they're very secretive. They don't want to say what they're filming because you might be filming the same thing.
Right. Okay.
Then we make the same film and none of us make money.
Yeah.
So
okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And what about logistics? I think that's one thing I would really like to understand how it sort of works in terms of your movement. So when you're home and you get this call or whatever, and they tell you, oh, you got to be this side, or this is where we're shooting.
Yeah, they tell you
what does a setup then look like? Do they come pick you up? Do you also have to find your way there?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on where you're going and the budget. But I mean, most of the times they fly you out. It's this is gonna sound weird, but it's private charter, man. You're sitting there, you're in this private plane. You're like, ooh, now I can get used to this. The other day, I was talking to a client, and I gave her my quote. And she said, "Oh, what's this transport?" I said, "No, this is for me to drive to your safari
location,
camp."
whatever,
And she said, "No, don't worry. We've got a private plane. We'll fly you in."
Oh wow!
And I was just like,
it's so insane.
"Okay."
Oh wow!
It's actually also insane. Another thing I found out last year was how many airstrips there are in this country.
A lot. We spoke
I had
about
no
this,
idea that there were that many, and people are just forget the roads.
Yeah, private airstrips everywhere.
But it makes life so much easier. I mean, Liwa is a good 12-hour drive.
Yeah.
Or a 1.5 hour flight.
And you're risking your life.
Yeah. And so the crews who are coming in paying thousands and thousands of dollars a day, time is money. So
Yeah.
they're all right, let's move on,
Let's bang this out. Paying that cost is nothing really. It sort of saves you, if anything, sort of like you're saying, spending that 12 hours on the road, spend an hour something.
Yeah. I mean,
location.
You can even come back.
The average
Literally.
camera operator in the UK earns between 600 to 800 pounds a day. That's I think that's roughly 1-2.
I need to pick up a camera.
I'm telling you.
So if you're paying 800 pounds a day to somebody and then you have them sit in a vehicle for 12 hours.
Yeah.
That's 400 pounds gone.
Yeah. So you're like, no, let's just fly him,
Get the work
done, move on.
Yeah.
My prices are not that. I don't not yet.
Nah, I think it's really, really dope. That you get to do, and you enjoy it. At least, like you said, you grew up in the bush. You've always enjoyed being outside and having fun. I wanted to ask even about safari work. Now that you've mentioned it, I know that tourism is now, or at least when copper's not doing good, Zambians look at tourism. I always say that. Right now, copper's booming. At the time of this recording.
At the time of this recording.
At the time of this recording.
Great.
Booming.
Yeah, but I think tourism is a really, really dope and interesting space. And like I said, when you recommended some of these places, I saw like, oh wow, like, there's some places even like in Central Province or whatever that no one ever speaks about or that kind of thing. And you find out they only accommodate like maybe 20 people at a time or things of that nature. But the amazing views, you get to see some wildlife.
Spoken about some of them actually.
Yeah. Has that like been a part of your work also that you found interesting? Like maybe highlighting these different like places or spaces?
Definitely. Yeah. Like, well, firstly, my job does get me to go to these crazy locations that, people spend thousands of dollars on, and, it's like a dream of their lifetime to go to. So I'm very blessed in that sense that I get to be sent there. And to highlight some of these places, they're really epic. Yeah. We, some of these places are so remote that you do have to fly in, and you're only a few people here and everything.
At the time, yeah.
Yeah. Favorite spot you've been to?
Oh,
it's gonna be biased though.
I'm gonna be biased because I grew up in South Luangwa, but South Luangwa, it's just like, all right, I'll put it this way: like, Lower Zambezi is based on that one river, so all the wildlife, it's like kind of a safari between the mountains and that river.
And the river, yeah.
Whereas like Luangwa, it's based off a lot of different lagoons. So there's all these different lagoons. The flora and fauna are like so different. It's like leopard country. You're like pretty much guaranteed to see a leopard.
Okay.
So yeah, it's one of like the best safari safari spots in the world. And also, like you can go to the south of South Luangwa and it's one kind of thing. And then you go to the north of South Luangwa.
Another thing.
And it's another type of thing. But recently, like South Luangwa also, it does have its downsides, It's so busy that it's almost turning into Kruger, where like you see, especially in the Mufui area, you'll see a lion and there'll be like 14 other vehicles around you. So that kind of removes you from the safari element of it.
Okay.
And that's why some of these lodges that are so remote have such expensive fees, is because you'll only have a few vehicles with you. But last year I got the opportunity to go to North Luangwa.
Yeah.
And the best way I can describe it is it's like South Luangwa.
Yeah.
50, 60 years ago, when like, people were first discovering it, and they were drinking gin and tonics and watching hundreds of buffalo go by, and you're the only vehicle in like a big span and everything. So I think that's epic. Yeah.
Now that's really, really interesting. And then I've noticed that recently, I would say, which is kind of what this episode we're going to speak about, is you've been a bit more involved in the urban areas as well. So has that been deliberate, or are they more? Is it like just you taking advantage of an opportunity? Like how is it like? How is that switch from like shooting in town compared to shooting
in the bush,
like in remote?
It's good. I mean, Lusaka, you guys have some wild animals.
3 of them sitting right here.
Like, so I have done some like feature films and stuff like that. We did Zambia's Netflix show. Can you see us?
Can you see us? Yeah.
It was brilliantly done. And put Zambia on the map and everything. And so filming that, it's really different. Like in the bush, you got your vehicle, your drone, and your mug of coffee. Whereas like
hope for something.
and you hope that something happens. Whereas on a film set, you arrive there. There's catering set up. There's makeup in this corner.
Yeah.
They're like, all right, Bwana Jimmy, go sit, we'll call you for your shot.
Yeah.
And then they call you and they've got all these lights set up and it's just this one shot you're doing like this. And then that's it. You move on to the next one. It's so orchestrated. So that's a really different shift to wildlife where you're like, all right, is this thing going to run? What is going to happen? But yeah, Can You See Us is a really, really cool documentary.
Yeah.
And like, Kenny Rock, like big shout out to him.
Oh no, yeah,
he's doing Zambia well,
Yeah,
he really is. And now we can get to, I guess, the most recent urban work you did, which involved police convoys, drone footage, bike stunts.
Wait.
A Shaolin monk.
Let me ask this question. Very good transition. Do you want to go in that direction and then end with the film, or do you want to switch it?
Yeah, let's go that direction and end with the film. The film is close to his heart.
Okay. Yeah. I like that.
The film is close to his heart.
I like that. You're right. Let's go that way.
So yeah, like the most recent urban work you did, I would say, was the IShowSpeed live stream.
Yeah, I don't know who the guy is. I just met him. No, yeah.
I mean, a lot of people didn't know who he was, to be honest.
Yeah, but people just follow where the noise is.
I'm sure. Yeah. I mean, the crowd surrounding him had no idea.
I'm sure those people at Hungry Lion didn't know what this guy did.
Yeah.
No, so yeah, we had IShowSpeed. I want to say the famous streamer in the world, 48 million followers.
48 million.
You know, made his first $1 million when he was 17.
17, yeah.
So, he came to Zambia, and I got a call from a friend like 3-4 days before he came in saying, hey, he's coming. You know, we need drone permits. We need this, and this. So I was honored to be able to be a part of his team.
Yeah.
And so we picked him up from the airport, and with police convoys and everything, went to a few different locations, and I felt famous, man. Like, first of all, I've never been in a police convoy where you're going like 120 minimum.
Yeah. That's fine, trust me.
Continuous.
Yeah.
And then when the crowds came, it felt like something out of a zombie apocalypse movie, they're like banging, Speed, I love you. Maybe this guy hasn't even said I love you to his girlfriend. Meanwhile, he's like,
this one is coming
with his camera, with his Nokia 3310.
3310 is crazy.
So that was wild, and the amount of. So then I posted about it. I posted behind the scenes of it, and that blew up, man.
Yeah, it went.
Also, keep doing that, by the way.
Yeah.
I really, really enjoyed seeing that. Like, just besides obviously knowing that like you're a part of it, seeing that like, oh, I got Starlink on the back, I'm carrying this. Oh, the drone that I'm using.
That looked crazy.
That was just really nice to sort of see. You're like,
Well, I realized with social media, like a lot of the time I would just post a picture of a leopard or a picture of an elephant.
Or what's it called? My favorite shot, a shoe bill.
A shoe bill, yeah.
That was so hard. I'm sorry.
So a lot of people like, it's a dope shot, but they don't really engage with it. So I'm trying to make it more of a face. It was a faceless account. Now I'm trying to make it a face.
Oh, got you. Yeah, that was definitely a thing.
So like in the past few posts, I've put my face in it. I've introduced myself of who I am. And man, it's done my Instagram and TikTok really well. Like, I mean, firstly, Speed brought maybe 4,000 followers on each platform,
Wow.
So I got 4,000 on TikTok, 4,000
subscribe.
Add some.
So yeah, that was
amazing.
wild. And like the amount of messages I got, which was hilarious, being like, oh, boss, introduce me to Speed. Send
his number.
Send me his line. Or I had a bunch of people call and be like,
his line is
oh, can you pass me over to Speed? I was like, no, man, he's in Rwanda, man. I'm stuck here in Lusaka.
Guys, please. Let's.
That's hilarious,
guys.
But that's so insane. I do think it is interesting, like when there's a more like storytelling aspect to it.
Yeah.
But like on the day itself, was that difficult as well? Like, how were you guys managing? Because like I didn't see you at all in the video.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's a 2-second clip of me running across the stream with my bag like this.
So how did you guys manage that like crowd? Because I did see some of the drone shots. Was that like easy to facilitate?
Yeah. So firstly, like managing the crowds, like Speed's team did a very good job on that. I think he's got a 15-person crew. And then like, I've never seen Zambian bodyguards, but there were some Zambian bodyguards.
They were there. Yeah,
they were there.
I laughed because one guy was wearing a gas mask.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I said, bro, there's no gas.
It's not that deep.
It's not that deep. Just come
no one's throwing no gas.
But so big points to the production team in that Speed had his car, production team had our own van.
Yeah.
So when Speed would arrive, we'd jumble out of the bag, and then it was really quick setup. I put the drone up, I plug it into my remote.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what sort of computer setup is in that Starlink thing, but yeah, and then I had a headset on, and I was talking to America, And like,
really?
Yeah. So his production team in America is the ones being like, all right, camera A, go, camera B,
Crazy.
go,
No way.
drone, go. So he's on the ground, they're just filming.
Yeah,
and then
just filming
his team in America are the ones, but jumping around.
Yeah.
No way.
So the part I had to learn is like, normally my drone shots, I take time to set it up and then I do a nice edit like this, and then it goes to the cutting room and they put it there.
Yeah.
Whereas
this is real time.
It's
live.
real time, yeah.
So like I had the stream up on my phone, and like there's a few shots in the stream where you can see, my drone's busy like moving like this because I'm trying to get the right shot.
Yeah.
And they've accidentally cut to the drone scene.
And it's you moving.
I'm there like, so that took like some learning.
Yeah.
And then I was like, all right, just continuously have something in shot while you're trying to reframe.
Yeah.
Right.
And so that's what I started doing. But it was really fun. We got to go to Manderhill, and then
Manderhill was a crazy.
Even Manderhill, it's in a restricted flight zone.
I was gonna say I've heard about that before. Yeah.
So I had all the permissions to fly anyway, but on the actual machine, you got to then like log into your internet. So I had to log into my internet, put it in, and meanwhile, he's there like, chat, what's up? Where's the drone? Where's the drone? And meanwhile, I'm like, load.
Oh.
And so we quickly get the drone up, and then the rest happens. And I really wanted to be on his stream at one point. I was like, if I got,
you could do
Bwana
something.
Jimmy.
If I got 4,000 just by tagging him in a post, imagine if I was like actually on the stream.
Yeah.
Because I saw that Zimbabwean guy, Jani, the IShowSpeed, the
The
Zimbabwean
guy who
one.
looks like him.
Yeah.
He got over like 200K followers recently. Because he
looks like him. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he went with him to Ethiopia, I think.
Yeah.
Actually.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then
That's nice.
Egypt. So a few days ago, like I had, so all my posts, on average would do like 5-6K views, maybe 7K.
Yeah.
IShowSpeed 140K. I was like, damn.
That's crazy.
This is a market. So then then that post kind of died down. And then he was in Egypt. And then I saw my post, everyone commented, why'd you quit? Why'd you quit? Why'd you quit? Because everybody thinks I'm part of Steve's team.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, what happened? And it turns out I don't know what happened, but the Egyptian drone pilot quit like midstream.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but
So they thought that was you or something?
yeah. So
because they think he's following you.
So they think it's me.
Yeah.
So they're also, oh, bro, why'd you quit? So I then made a video addressing that. And again, 50K, it just fucking boomed.
Yeah.
So I think in all my future posts, even if it's a leopard, I'll just say IShowSpeed.
Bro, it sounds like I show speed.
It's like, you want to see IShowSpeed racer leopard?
Yeah.
One of those kind of things.
That's hilarious.
But no, he's a really nice guy. I mean, I didn't really get to talk to him that much. Like he arrived at like midday from Livingston.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was exhausted. Off stream, he's a very calm guy, and like, he's a businessman.
Mm.
And then we fed him, and then started the stream. And
Where'd you guys take him?
We went to Intercontinental.
Okay.
I mean, I wanted to take him other places, but
Where would you have taken him?
I wanted to take him to Nando's, but at the same time,
Not a
like
bad shout.
he had all this crew behind him, and like he moves with a big crowd. So he kind of like, we went to Intercon. He had the buffet, and even at the buffet, he already got spotted. Someone was like, "Speed!" And then so he got his food, and then he went and hid in a conference room and ate his food. And there was busy bodyguards standing outside his room and everything like that. And then so we filmed that, and then ended it at the Shaolin Temple.
Yeah.
And then they tried to, and then we took him to the airport, and he got on a plane and went to Rwanda.
Straight,
It was just bang, 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 bang. And then as we were leaving the temple, they tried to send a decoy car, and it didn't work. And then we got stuck there, and like all these people were banging on my window saying, "I'll give you money. Show me speed." I said, "Oh, show me the money."
Yeah, show me the money first. Let me get something.
Let me get something. And then like I was like, multiple times, I was like, bro, he's not in this car. He's not in this. This is production. It's just me and a camera guy.
Yeah.
No, show me him. Show me him.
Mm.
And then like the funniest part, there was these mothers who were maybe like in their 40s or 50s, and they're like, I put my son all the way from McKinney. I drove far away. Please just let me see him.
That's crazy.
I said, bro, jeez.
The influence. I mean, that really tells you the influence that he has.
That 48 million or 47 million isn't by
the
mistake.
World.
Yeah.
I mean, there was even like, we went through some compounds who, you know, this guy, I don't even think he knew who Speed was. And then all of a sudden he's screaming Speed's name and everything. Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah, it is actually quite insane.
Proper insane. But it sounds like you had fun though.
Oh yeah, it was good fun, man. Yeah.
Did you do it again?
And he did me well, you know, like I got some new clients from it, I got followers. I would do it again. Yeah. I definitely want to, like, you know, we could take him to Livingston, do some, I know he did go to Livingston, but we could do it better.
Stream there.
We could take him like to dehorn a rhino, you know, because there's a project I worked on where you like dehorn rhinos and stuff like that. So
interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you're watching, come back.
Are there any other streamers you would work with?
I don't really know any other streamers.
Okay.
But you know, I think
it was a spur of the moment kind of.
I think IShowSpeed's definitely shown something to the YouTube and streaming community that hopefully some more people come out. You know, I'd love like Mr. Beast to come out. You know, that would be epic.
Ooh.
You know,
Might break the internet also.
Yeah.
Mr. Beast having a game here would be crazy.
Yeah.
Could you just imagine?
Yeah, that would be insane.
Yeah,
it would be insane. And I think maybe having it more structured. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
It was it was really good. Like, thank God it went really well. I think, you know, we did some really cool stuff. But you know, Zambia also sometimes.
It's a very hard thing to like to facilitate, to organize when we're not used to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you hear a name or like there's a little like something, all of a sudden people go crazy. The time when there was a picture of the Bugatti at the airport.
Yeah.
Time, for example, like the whole country was going crazy. Like, excuse me, a Bugatti here in Zambia, no way.
Yeah. No, but yeah, they would definitely. There's a lot to show, and it's literally through films and like, projects that like you do that.
Photography,
that show actually, like even us Zambians. Like, listen, there's more to this city more to this country than Lusaka.
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah. I mean, there's some people here in Lusaka who have never seen Victoria Falls before.
That's insane to me.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
Hey, some people don't.
I know that's insane to me personally. I think that's crazy. But
you don't have the sheets. Why is Livingston your thought? Why would you go there?
For fun.
But for fun. You can't buy bread.
But yeah, we can sort of like wrap on something that's personal to you. That, to be honest, I only watched this week because I was like, yo, need to.
It needs to be in the mind. It needs to be in the mind.
Need to prep the mind, and that is your short film.
Yeah.
When did it premiere?
I premiered December. December
2025. If you're watching this in 30 years.
So my sister and I, we filmed our first documentary about pangolins.
Yeah.
And
which are a rare sight.
Pangolins are the most trafficked animal in the world. They get shipped off for like traditional medicines in China and all of that stuff. So
is it mainly in China?
It's mainly in China, yeah. I mean, in the Congo, it's funny because they actually eat them. They don't give a shit about the skin.
Oh, okay.
Like the Congolese just eat them. But yeah. So here they're trafficked and they're about maybe this big.
Yeah.
They're very easy because they curl up in a ball.
Yeah.
So poachers can just pick them up.
Yeah.
You know, it depends on their size and their weight, but they roughly go in China for like $400,000 to $600,000.
I'm sorry?
Yeah. And here they'll pay the guy maybe a 1 pin or 2 pin, and then they're making $600K.
What the hell?
I mean, don't go down wanting to go.
Please don't go doing that.
They're better alive.
What?
Yeah, it's crazy. That's why they're the most illegally trafficked.
Right.
That's insane.
Wild, yeah. So yeah, we made this film.
Yeah.
We submitted it into a few festivals and we got chosen for 3 of them.
Oh wow! Congratulations.
Which, as like a young filmmaker, that's like a mini Oscar.
Yeah.
When you get those little film lapel things, those little leaves.
Yeah.
That's a win.
Yeah,
so,
it is. Yeah.
So we did that, and to be honest, like it is close to my heart, but also I watched that film so many times. I'm sick of it. Like, like you guys watch it once, love it. You know, me, I watch it and I see, oh, that could have been different. Oh, that was wrong. This was this. So I'm also I over criticize it.
Yeah,
you know, and I'm a perfectionist, but.
I mean, if you don't do it for your work, then
But it was really good. You know, we invited the Minister of Tourism out. We got to meet him. It was nice, you know, him talking about Bwana Jimmy and how film is doing for Zambia.
Zambian tourism, yeah.
And we made some connections to, you know, possibly do some more films. And I am actually working on a new film. I mean, I don't want to say anything yet. But
no exclusives, guys.
No exclusives. Yeah. But I'll put it this way: it's gonna be. It's about an animal, and it's gonna be big.
Okay.
It's gonna skip film festivals and it's gonna go straight onto Netflix.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's the dream,
right?
No, and you know, I can say that because it's no jinxing. It's a dream.
Yeah, 100%.
It's gonna happen, bro.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. And then, what was your reason for picking that specific animal, pangolin specifically?
Well, I had never seen a pangolin before, so I was like,
Isn't it like bad luck or something? Don't people say it's good luck to see one?
It's good luck to see one.
Okay. Yeah. I've never seen one in the wild.
I know there's like some superstition around it.
Yeah. So there's a rehab center that, like, when poachers get caught, the pangolin gets taken to this rehab center, and then they rehabilitate them, and then they release them.
Yeah.
And one thing I'm very proud of is in the film we got these tracking devices on them. And we speak about how, you know, they're not amazing. You know, they last maybe 9 months and then the battery goes and stuff like that.
Okay.
And then through my film, this organization who's got millions of dollars, I forget their name. It's like ICUN or something, International Conservation something or other.
Okay.
They reached out and said, hey, we watched this film to WCP, the Pangolin Protection Program. And they're like, hey, we'll donate some money to you, you know, not just like one pin, you know, donate some money. Real money.
Yeah.
So yeah, the fact that, you know, this film actually managed to attain funds for something that can now go and protect these things. So now they're going to invest into proper tracking devices that can properly track them. So,
and make sure
that's a good achievement. Yeah.
And what I really loved, I don't know if you're about to
No, go on.
Okay. What I really loved about your film also is how well you showed the heart and the dedication that the team has for these animals.
Yeah.
You know, like, it kind of shows you like, oh wait, there's more to the little problems sometimes we have, you know, like just like worried about things that might be minute compared to the actual issues that are out there, you know.
And that's what I wanted to show is this human animal relationship where, you know, this lady, they sleep with the pangolins next to them, you know.
Yeah, that lady loves.
Yeah,
she was talking about him.
That lady was the heart of the film, man. She was perfect.
She's a star.
Yeah.
And initially she was like, "Oh, you know, my face, my thing. I don't know how I look."
She's okay.
I said, "No, you nailed it, man."
Yeah, she did. She did.
Yeah. So it was a really cool thing, and you know, 2026, bigger, better plans. You know, we're going up from here. Definitely.
Yeah. I think the only thing I wanted to ask was how long it took to film it. Like, when did you from concept to like finishing?
Yeah, it was 2 years.
Okay.
But the only reason I say that is because I was busy doing my own things with work, and my sister was in London. So it was like when we got time, we'd make time and we'd go and film this. And again, it was our first film, so I learned a lot. I learned that sound is really important. Because I'm such a visual guy. I don't often look at sound, and now I'm like, sound is
very important. It's very key.
You know?
Yeah, it's like half the visual,
thing, you know?
like
and also like a lot can be done in the edit, and also like, you know, never say like, oh, we'll do it in the edit. You know,
right? Try to get it
if you can get it perfect on the shot, do it then.
That's true.
Is that something you're actually or have like learned to do, sort of edit full, like a full scale film like that?
Yeah.
Because in the credits, there's Athena edit. She's the editor, right?
Athena did the editing.
Shout out to Athena, by the way. That's crazy.
But I mean, one thing I would say, if there's any aspiring filmmakers watching this, is one thing the BBC taught me is, if you're not editing the film, always shoot 10 seconds more. So like, you know, in your head, you're like, oh, okay, I'm going to cut here. You know, just keep on rolling. You know, for another 10-15 seconds, and like your ins and outs. So 10 seconds before the action happens
after.
and 10 seconds after, because that just helps so much in the edit. Like I've had a few shots where, you know,
it cuts
cuts and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Maybe AI these days
to it. Yeah, it doesn't add a flow to the visual as well. Also talking about sound, shout out Don Souza. That's a
he's a genius.
Yeah, he's a genius at what he does.
John and Grant.
Yeah,
John. No. Don and Grant. Yeah, Grant
Crazy.
also did some work for us.
Crazy what they do. So when I saw that, I was like, oh shit, Don Souza's part of this. Okay, that's pretty good.
You know him.
Yeah. Also a big friend this side.
Oh, nice. Yeah, no, he's a G, man. He's done a lot of work for us, and like, you know, I give him like a concept. I'm like, all right, I need a 1 minute tune about elephants, and you know, I want Madonna vibes, and he'll just be like,
and he'll make it happen.
Yeah.
No, that's dope. That's dope. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Harry Vlachos. Bwana Jimmy.
If you want to follow along, I'm on most of the socials. Bwana Jimmy.
You can say it, but we'll definitely also put it down in the description below.
We'll put links to all your socials since you're a booming TikTok star now.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Maybe I can TikTok. I'll give you some of my followers as well.
You know, you do it behind the scenes or something.
Yeah.
This is where I was shooting, stuff like that. Yeah, but nonetheless.
No, thanks guys for having me, man. I really appreciate what you guys are doing.
Thank you.
We appreciate you coming on. And there'll definitely be a part 2 in the bush somewhere.
Yeah, in the bush.
I think that would actually
in the
be
bush
really
somewhere.
great. If we can set that up, like somehow just kind of have it like a different setting.
Yeah.
Somewhere that's, I think, in a way to show what you do firsthand as well. You know, it could kind of be a podcast between like the actual talking and showing what you do, B-rolls of like the work itself. I think would be like really, really dope.
No, I think
sort of like merging the two worlds together.
I think that's in the books.
Yeah, we'll definitely have a second part. But yeah, this has been Bwana Jimmy, and we have a tradition here. Whenever we have a guest, basically, is they have to say the outro.
Yeah.
So the outro basically, you can say whatever it is you want before, but to close it off, you just have to say scary hours, turn the cameras off, please. Okay. And then you pick your mouth.
Yeah.
So you can say whatever it is. Yeah. You can say I'm Bwana Jimmy,
outro.
It's been fun, whatever you
Scary hours?
Turn the cameras off, please.
This is Bwana Jimmy, scary hours. Turn the cameras off, please.
Nice.